Hey everyone, how's it going? Here's a little update of what's going on. Went through and double checked, make sure what heater hose and radiator hose went where, figured out where all these go. Only thing the heater hose kit did not include was this one pipe right here. And it goes from your reservoir to this one right here. So that's an 18-inch little hose, so that's like 20 bucks to replace that. And then the whole complete heater system and radiator system is all silicone hose, which makes your car a lot reliable and you don't have to worry about a hose rupturing on you. And then as for the engine, rest of the heater hoses, this one and this one right here, go to your throttle body. All the vacuum lines been replaced. Ran out of the 8mm vacuum hose, so going to have the customer order up a few feet of that to finish off this one right here, and this one. And then it'll be for the brake booster as well. But as for pretty much everything else, it's all zip tied and clamped, and every line has been replaced. And these actual oil injectors came off the engine that were originally inside the car because someone went through and replaced them, because I did not clean these up. This is how shiny they were, versus the ones that came off this Japanese engine with 50,000 miles on it. That's what they look like. A little more dirty. So these been replaced at one point in its life. So I put the new ones on here. Put new vacuum lines to them, so you don't have to worry about those cracking a leak on them and then doing a vacuum leak and causing the oil injector to not be functioning properly, and then you'll pretty much blow your motor. Cleaned and serviced the fuel injectors, those two. Ran out of B12 chem tools, so I still got to go to the store, get more, service and clean those out. But other than that, everything else is pretty much going down pretty well. Got all the vacuum lines ran. Just need the one for this and the other two over there, and then all the vacuum lines will be replaced on this. I'm going to use the coil packs that came with the Japanese motor, because the ones that were on the car, two of them you can tell were original. They've never been replaced. One of them has been replaced with the junkyard one because it had the markings on the back from a junkyard, and the other one of them, which I thought was an aftermarket one because it had a D stamped on the back, it turns out that's a Duralast. So it has pretty much mixed match coils all the way around, to where these ones are good, low mild, so I'm just going to run these. This is all the crap that came off that Japanese motor. These are the fuel injectors that came out of this car. When I put 12 volts to them, they were kind of sticky and didn't sound good, so I'd rather not use those, because the ones that came off this Japanese engine, before I even flow tested and cleaned them, they pretty much had a nice crisp click to them. So I'm going to run those. The ones that originally came out of the car, I'm not going to use them. I mean, they may be good, but I ain't chancing it, because this car did lose the motor, and it lost the motor due to compression failure, so kind of found out what caused that. This is the top half of the intake manifold that went to the engine that's still in the car. This is the lower part. Someone put a bolt in sideways and snapped the head off of it. So there's a massive vacuum leak on this. And then there's a massive vacuum leak there. Pretty much majority of all the lines that went to the PCV, the air intake, and a bunch of crap were all cracked and destroyed. So this car pretty much lost the engine due to a massive vacuum leak running lean. And by the looks of it, the oil injection system, a few of these were actually cracked. So the oil injection pumps, the actual little fuel injectors, those weren't flowing properly or functioning. So I kind of found the culprit of what made this engine go. But now, going through, double checking all of it, fixing all the crap and swapping all the good parts over, this new engine should last a while. And I suggested the customer to run 1/2 ounce per gallon. Not every fuel up, but every other fuel up, because you don't want to run too much two-stroke in it, because it still has the OMPM system on it. My car's deleted, so I run 1 ounce per gallon, just because I no longer have any of that. And these are the new lines out of this car, because it looks like someone, when they replaced these, they also replaced the lines, so I swapped out the lines as well. All those seem to be good. But just getting along, trying to get through all this crap. Woo. Damn, that was a good one. Hopefully I'm going to get the engine out today. If not, I'll have it out tomorrow and have the new one put inside of it. Wait for a couple more feet of the heater hose to show up, the vacuum lines. And then this whole thing will be put back together. Got to put the wiring harness back together, but when I pull this motor out, this actually has an aftermarket clutch and pressure plate, so I'm going to swap that over to this engine. And if this has an aftermarket flywheel, which is cool, but kind of sucks because this engine over here has the factory flywheel on it, and it doesn't look like it has a counterweight. So this flywheel is weighted to this rotating assembly, to where if that one was removable and it had a counterweight on it, the counterweight is balanced for that rotating assembly, not this one. So that kind of sucks, but oh well, at least he'll get his aftermarket clutch and everything. But it's a little update of what's going on. I have more videos coming out soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one.